you're correct. Take a point. So a line segment has end points. It doesn't have the arrows, and it doesn't go on forever. Can we measure a line? No, we can't. Go away. Why are you not going away? Okay. But can we measure a segment? Yes, we can. So that's what we're going to be learning how to do today. We're going to learn how to measure a segment. We're going to learn how to write it. It is literally as easy as you think it is. Oh, and I forgot to define those two terms. So everybody finish writing this down so we can go back and write down two things. Yes, I did. Why is this something that we're arguing over? Oh, okay. Can we finish writing this down? Curtis always takes forever. Well, you got to come on. We got things to do today. You're going to need a ruler. If we want to go ahead and get the rulers out while we wait on Curtis. They're in the second drawer of the tower.
We don't have any. There's one
Oh, well, look, they brought their own. Hey, baby, how she has one?
I'm slow today.
I don't know what's going on with you.
This morning, football, they made us tired.
I'm sorry.
Extra stuff.
Bless it. All right, so yesterday, we're adding to these definitions. Yesterday, we defined points, lines, planes, and intersections, okay? So I want us to add two definitions to this page right here, 2C, at the top. Because you're going to have a vocab quiz soon. And I meant to add these and totally forgot. I'm super sorry. So the first one that we're going to define is called undefined terms. Isn't that funny that we're defining undefined terms? So undefined terms are points, lines, and planes. It's things that you can't explain unless you use an example. So it can only be explained using examples. Do I need to zoom in? Anyone need me to zoom in? I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. The next word that we're going to define is space. Yep, only two. It is the boundless 3D set of all points. So, undefined terms are points, lines, and planes. That's what we did yesterday. Space is where all the things that we're going to be doing this year reside. Isn't it exciting? Woo! Now are we? I need my words. Are we ready to do line segments? Why? Are we not ready because we're lazy, or are we not ready because we're still writing? Okay. A lot of the lazy? Okay. I know. This class has been so difficult so far.
I've had to do so much.
All that cutting.
All that cutting. The glue. The taping. It's really taken a lot out of me.
But we only had to cut two pieces today.
Yeah. What a shame.
I know. Alright, let's do this. So what we're going to do first is we're going to define a line segment, then we're going to talk about how to name it. Crazy stuff. Alright, so a line segment. It has two endpoints. Man, oh man.
Alright.
And it can be measured. Can you get it together and write this down? Thanks so much. Now, you can name it. This is a line segment. See how it has endpoints? And if I call this E and I call this Q, I would name it by writing EQ, and I would put a segment over the top. Now, what is the difference in this guy that we're writing today and what we wrote down yesterday?
Arrows.
Arrows. It does not go on forever. Could we also name it as QE? Look at us go. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Now, if we measure it, the measure is written as EQ with no segment line over the top. So this means measure. You could also write an M in front of it. But the measure is usually written with just EQ. Or the measure of EQ. Yeah. So measure your EQ. Take your ruler and measure the EQ that you drew. Mine is 2 1/4. No, 1 1/4. Whatever makes you happy. You can use either centimeters or inches. Whatever makes you happy. Do it, baby.
1.5.
So, is everybody's different?
Yeah.
Why are they all different? Because we all drew them. And everybody is different. Alright, now let's talk about a ruler. Have you guys been taught how to read a ruler?
Depends. Engineering class taught us.
Okay. Alright, well then let's move on. Well,
Did you want to teach us how to read a ruler?
we're going to add that in another day. I think it'll make my head explode today.
You sounded pretty fast.
No, the point, so the point of the one do you count We don't.
All your life went out.
Yeah, the little point right before one, that's like, that's the one.
Yeah, so you start at 0, right? You start at 0, and then you go to the end of it, right, like that. And then these ticks, you count up how many. So this is, mine has 32 ticks, so that would make this a quarter here. So that's an 8, not a quarter. So you count up your tick marks for the next part. That's all you do. Alright, so what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
You can buy lights that are like 15 feet long.
Congratulations. Alright, how to measure it. How did we measure our segment? What did we do? Ladies, we're having class.
A ruler.
Alright, use a ruler or the straight edge of a protractor. And I meant to get those from Miss Compton and forgot. So we will have those tomorrow, mañana. Now, you guys know what a protractor looks like, right? It's the half moon thing. Okay. So that's what we'll be using if you don't have your own ruler. What do you think I want you to do here? Measure them. Do it without me. Go. Share the rulers if you need to. Sharing is caring. Let me know if you need help measuring. Chastity, do you need a ruler? You got one? her whole box because she's not using them anymore. Thank you.
He's right, like the line, the letter is right.
The letter of the, is it a line or is it a segment? Segment. So we would start by writing MN equals, EF equals, HJ equals. And since we're measuring it, do we put the segment line over the top of it? No. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Now, is it okay if we all get a little bit different of a measure? Yes, because that's called human error.
All rulers are different.
Not really, but we all read it differently. Yo. Why? Okay. So this is our. No, I'm gonna.
I hope you wouldn't about to that's cool.
How would you weren't about to interrupt my class with nonsense making fun of my box? You were. You were. You were.
I don't know if that don't help. What's the right angle? 90-degree turn.
Is this better?
I am a box it, yeah.
Something like that, yeah. That's right.
Okay. All right, so if this started at 0 and this started at 1, or ended at 1, okay? This is our ruler. What is halfway in between it? A half an inch, 0.5. And most of them are in 16ths. I think most of yours are in 16ths. So that means that how many ticks are we going to have between 0 and a half?
8.
And over here?
8.
So then you have a quarter. This next one is a quarter. This one is 3/4. And then your little ticks in between there are 1/6. So the first one would be 1/16. And then this would be 1/8 because 2/16 reduces to 1/8. And then 3/16. And then a 1/4.
We did this in craft yesterday. He didn't do quarters. He just did like the 8.
And then 5/16. And then what would go right here? 3/8. And then 7/16 and then a half. 9/16 and 10/16 is what? 5/8. 11/16 3/4. 13/16 7/8. 15/16. That's how you measure. Thank you so much. Did y'all say thank you?
Thank you.
I'm not the ruler. You want a ruler or?
Okay, all right. Those. And here's here's rulers. Here's feet, and here's rulers. Here's and here's rulers. Thank you. That way you don't murder anyone. All right, so what did we get for the measure of MN?
I got 2 inches.
You got 2?
That's not true.
Because I got 1 3/4.
I round it up.
Did anybody? We don't round. We're measuring.
I know, but
If you're building a house and you round up, all of your measurements are going to be off.
It's sort of long. It'd be bigger than
No, no. No, no.
It'll just be a bigger house.
It'll. Okay, so if I have a wall, since you're trying to argue that point, let's do a counter, okay? And I have a counter, and I want it to fit in 5 3/4. And my wall is 5 7/8. You round up and make that 6 feet. Is it going to fit in? It's not going to fit into that wall. That's not how it works. Hey, my daddy's a house builder. I got this. Don't argue with me about this.
If you round up everything with everything.
But what if you already have, okay, so say you already have your walls.
Oh, no.
Oh, then it's not gonna
Then
work.
it won't fit.
Right.
You round everything
Start
before you
rounding
start
up.
it. Well,
But why would you do that?
So you have
You're going to have to spend more money to build your house. No, children. No.
if 3/4 cost that much money, you should just give us the math. That's out of you.
That's not.
I'm just saying, if you round 3.
It could be like 125 feet. You're like, oh, I want 100.5.
But if you round up everything, that's going to total at the end to a different amount, right? So that's going to be, not something like that. That's something like that. So that's going to be a different number.
Like $10.
No. All right, did everybody get 1 3/4 or at least close to it? Oh my gosh. All right, on this one, did y'all get 1 and what? An 1/8? And what about on HJ? Somebody else tell me what you got.
2 3/8.
2 3/8?
I got 2.5.
I'll go with 2 3/8. No. Now let me use a ruler and see what it says. It's 2 3/8. So it's not half. Half is over here. You guys see where my half is? Right here. And this is where the segment is. So it's important that we measure correctly. All right, who can define collinear?
It's on the same line.
What's on the same line?
More than 2 points.
2 or more points on the same line. Awesome. Take a point. All of you that answered. Both. Now, what do you think betweenness means? What's in between?
Space in between.
A point in between any 2 points, right? Something in between any 2 points. Awesome. Take a point. So it's point or points on a line that lie between two other points. So not lie like Cameron and say he's getting on Google Classroom. Lie like they're placed on the line. I'm not sneak dissing. I straight dissed. Alright, so tonight for homework.
You want to draw a box about me now?
No homework.
Yay!
No homework tonight.
Don't get used to it. They don't have it on.